notification of the passing on of the Oba of Benin, and request to make the announcement on the floor of the House from the Honorable Omoregie Ihama. The risks of a point of order being raised, I now recognize him to make the announcement and pay tributes to the departed monarch.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My honorable colleagues, my king goes hunting eternally. I am Omoregie Ogbeide Ihama, representing the good people of Oredo Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm a Benin Prince, I'm from Edo State. It is with a mixture of sadness and joy that I stand today to formally inform this House of the transition of our father, His Royal Majesty, Hon Omoregie Ogbeide Ihama, CFR Oba of Benin. I say sadness because it is painful to realize that our father and absolute monarch of the great Benin Kingdom, Ogbeide Ihama, has left us to be with his ancestors, leaving us without his peculiar unifying, fatherly, warm, and wise guidance and counsel. I say joy because when I remember the peace and progress our kingdom experienced under his reign, and the unquantifiable legacy and memories he left us with, I am filled with pride that I not only witnessed his glorious reign, but also that today I stand tall to declare my sonship of this great royalty. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, please permit me a few minutes to lead you into the background of this great enigma who has translated this earthly realm to unite with his ancestors. Ogbeide Ihama was born on June 22nd, 1923, the first son of Oba II. He was known as Prince Solomon Oba Akenzwa before he was crowned king. Prince Solomon had the throne as his cradle. Apart from the usual traditional palace tutorials, which begin at birth, he attended government school, Benin City, after which he proceeded to Government College, Ibadan, in 1939, where he obtained with flying colors his London matriculations, which qualified him to gain admission into Yaba College in 1945. Upon completion of his course at Yaba, he was admitted into the prestigious King's College, Cambridge, to study law and administration. Prince Solomon completed his studies and returned to Nigeria to join the civil service as a district officer in 1957. As a historian, lawyer, and administrator, Prince Solomon Akenzwa worked and rose to the very top of both regional and federal civil service as a super permanent secretary, Ministry of Health, in 1973. He later retired from the service and became the regional representative of Gulf Oil Company. Again, my honorable colleagues, Mr. Speaker, in 1975, late Major General Agbazika Ini appointed him as the finance commissioner in the then Midwestern state. His early retirement from the service was to have him to expose him fully to the intricacies of the administrative challenges that will confront him in the performance of his duties as the Oba of Benin. On Saturday, 23rd March 1979, Prince Solomon Akenzo ascended the reverend throne of his ancestors before him as he was crowned the 38th Oba of Benin with the title of Hon Omoregie Ogbeide Ihama, Oba of Benin. A confirmation that the occasion was one ordained and sanctioned by the Celestials was when, on the eve of his coronation, the sun and the moon appeared and created a partial eclipse, an occurrence that means the cosmic consent and endorsement of the coronation of the Oba to rule over his people. Ogbeide Ihama was an intellectual with unparalleled experience in civil service, an embodiment of peace who built bridges across various ethnic divides in Nigeria, a great diplomat who rarely spoke, dogged and uncompromising when it came to issues that affect the lives of his people and Nigerians at large. We must also not forget the very key role he played during the Nigerian Civil War, where in his capacity as a Federal Permanent Secretary, he participated actively in the Aburi talks, which were aimed at resolving the crisis and reuniting Nigeria as one. The Omonoba was non-partisan and maintained a dignified neutral position by staying off politics and refraining from partisan statements. Like a father to all, he prayed for all political actors who visited his palace, irrespective of their platforms. Ogbeide Ihama's reign witnessed tremendous intellectual, cultural, social, and economic growth. Dynamism was one of his chief assets as he succeeded in maintaining and improving the role of Edo monarchy in the face of massive modernization, onslaughts from various sources. The Omonoba was a quintessential icon of royalty and splendor. During the 37 years of his charismatic reign, the Benin Kingdom remained unified, peaceful, and witnessed expansion. This was attributed to his large and steady personality and the handling of issues before him with a rarity of wisdom. He will be remembered as the Oba who demonstrated flexibility, integrity, and regal mannerism that tied him to the souls of the ordinary people in the kingdom. He remained one of the most respected African monarchs, an author, writer, advocate of peace and coexistence. His high educational background helped bring to light the correct history of Edo people and the ancient Benin Kingdom. Our transited Oba embodied imperial radiance, dignity, and discharged his duties with an unusual grace of finest of royalty. A lion of lions, who used his kingly office to influence the welfare and fortunes of his people, an unmoving pivot around the lives of his subjects, an oracle of divine and a worldly gentleman. Mr. Speaker, my honorable colleagues, one of my greatest joys and achievements will remain the privilege to representing him, his very own self, and his constituency, Oredo Federal Constituency, in this House. A responsibility I carry daily with pride. We will miss our beloved monarch, but we console ourselves, remembering the great memories he left us with. His legacies will indeed live forever. Right Honorable Speaker, my honorable colleagues, I say to the 8th Assembly and to all Nigerians. The sunshine dims over my fatherland, but when one sun dusks, another dawns in his stead. Ota, Yorwe, Vedo. He said,
Honorable colleagues, may we please rise for a minute's silence in honor of the departed monarch. May the soul, gentle soul of the departed monarch rest in perfect peace. Amen.